Hello and welcome to the fall semester 2018. More specifically, welcome to Philosophy 9 online. My name is Mia Wood. I'm a professor of philosophy at Pierce College and I'm very excited to be working with you in this course. You're going to see several videos that will introduce you to features of the course. This video, which you should watch first, is going to tell you a bit about, in this video, I'm going to tell you a bit about how Canvas lays out for our course. And I hope that you find it pretty straightforward, pretty intuitive. So you'll know some of the mechanics of the course as it relates specifically to Canvas. Then there will be a video that focuses on the mechanics of the course, but with an eye toward the programs that we'll be using to learn logic, to practice logic, to submit assignments. And actually that will be the third video. The second video is going to be the content video, which is a video that in which the focus is on the content of the course, right? So what do we do in logic? What sorts of skills are we looking to develop? And how we will work on the material together. So basically the three videos that you'll be watching, starting with the one you're watching now, are devoted to effectively what is a day one of a given course, right? So this is the overview of the course and the logistics. So to that end, let's get started by logging into Canvas, and I am going to start with the instructor view, which means you'll see some of the administrative sort of guts of the course, but then I'll move into student view so that you won't be bothered by those guts, and we'll peruse the course. All right, let's get started. Okay, so where we are is the SIS login page. Ignore the dog barking in the background, she's obnoxious. And you are going to, as you can see here, input your ID number, your office email. I have all my login credentials saved, so I'm just grabbing one of those, and in we go. And what you're going to see is what we all see when we log into Canvas. There's an announcement that is important for you to read through. And then as you scroll down, what you're seeing is a set of links or buttons or icons for courses that I'm conducting. But what you'll see when you log in is the online version of Philosophy 9 for which you are enrolled, section 21841, and you should see this logic notation, symbolic logic notation picture, and that's our course. So we click on that link to log in. As I mentioned to you just a moment ago, what you're seeing right now is some extra stuff that you don't see when you're logged in as a student, and that's because we're looking at the admin side of things. What I'm going to do right now, though, is click Publish, and then under Settings, I'm going to, where is it? Oh, top. I'm going to go into Student View. All right. So obviously, what you won't see when you log in as a class member is this fuchsia strip at the bottom of the screen. But everything else will look as it should for your perspective. So on the far left side, you've got the standard navigation buttons that follow you whichever course you're in. And then the mid-left navigation buttons are specific to our course, right? So you have the home page, syllabus page, the discussion page, library, people, grades, and Office 365. Now, actually, I'm going to get rid of files because you won't need that. Everything that you need will be within these links that you see. So basically, the way that I've set up our course is as follows. Um, navigation buttons, navigation buttons are part of every Canvas course, but then the specialized links for our course. And then in the middle, you have what should lay out as a schedule like you would see on a paper syllabus, right? So obviously we're in the Start Here module. We'll get to these two modules in just a moment, but first, as we scroll down, notice week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and so forth. Now, each week lays out the same way, and by that I mean the following. Each week lays out as follows: read, watch, and complete. Now, on weeks where there is homework, there is a page reserved for the list of homework exercises, I should say, so that you can consult those. But if we click on, for example, week 1, we will see that we have a layout that tells us what topics we're covering, or topic if it's just one, what the readings are, what you should watch, and by the way, if there is, as is the case here, a name of a video for which there is no link, that's just because I haven't made the link live yet, but I will. And then if you click on if you click on one of the links, you'll notice that it opens up within the page. So you could certainly go to the YouTube page that I have reserved for all things logic, or you can watch videos right in the Canvas window. And then if you scroll down, there's complete. So each week is laid out the same way. There is a set of readings, videos, and items to complete. And everything that you need should be accessible from within Canvas, with one exception, but I'll get to that in a little bit. So there are a couple of ways you can navigate to the next week. You can either go back to the home button, or you can click on next, and that takes you to week 2, where again you'll see the layout is the same as week 1. There is a topic or a set of topics. There is your reading or set of readings, videos to watch, and then items to complete. Now let's just pause here on items to complete. You'll see homework 1 is a link that's due by 9/9. That is Sunday, the 9th of September. And every assignment, whether it's a homework set or an exam, is going to be due on Sunday of the week that it's assigned. So there are 2 ways to get to the homework list. One is to click on the link. Actually, 3 ways to get to the homework list. So one is to click on the week. Now if I go back, I'm in week 2. One is to click on the next page. That gets you there. And then lastly, if you're out on the home page and you scroll down, oh, hold on, let me get us back into student view so you don't see all the junk that I see. Anyway, you can, if you're back out on the home page, you click on the link under week 2. Right, so I hope what you're seeing is that each week is laid out the same way, even though the content of each week is going to be different, or maybe there's a variation on some sort of theme. So we haven't yet talked about how you're going to do the homework and all that. That's a separate video. But notice again, if we scroll, each week is laid out, right? So just arbitrarily, I'm going to pick week number 13. I'm going to click on that link. We have our topic. we've got our reading, and then we have videos. Here there's a missing link. Nope, joke is intended there. Missing a link, but that's just because I haven't made it live yet. Again, if you click on a video, it will start playing. Of this video. The video will start playing right within the Canvas window. So basically, between the readings and the videos and you and I interacting for to clarify concept skills and so forth, you should have a good amount of support to get through this work. Now, since we're still focusing just on how Canvas is, how we're using Canvas, let me next, so we've looked at our home page and how that's laid out. Let's look at the syllabus, and you'll see that you've got the regular content of a syllabus laid out on this main page, right? And then there is a list of items to complete, right? The actual schedule for the course is what you saw on your home page, but you can also either download a PDF of our syllabus or look at the document within the screen. And the PDF, which is what you're seeing right now, includes not only the text that you see on the syllabus page in Canvas, but it also includes the schedule, right? So the read, watch, complete for each week rather, is laid out on the schedule in the PDF, just as it is on the essentially just as it is on the schedule that's laid out on the home page. Okay. Oh, sorry, I noticed a little typo here. This is correct, right? But a page break in the Word document I was working on meant that the header didn't carry over, so this is an old header. So just ignore that because the actual substance of the schedule is correct. Right, so you can as just to remind you then, there are several ways for you to look at the syllabus. One is to scroll through the text here on the syllabus page and then scroll through the schedule on the home page. Another way is to download the syllabus, and still another way is to look at it within in its entirety within the course syllabus page on Canvas. All right, so let's take a look at a couple of other items that are worthwhile to us in terms of how Canvas is laid out. You'll notice that there's a grade book that will start to be populated as we move forward. Also, it's important for you to know, if you don't already know, that you and I have access to Office 365 through Canvas, and that also includes Skype. So I really like using Skype, and I use it on my phone and on my laptop and on my tablet, not necessarily through Office 365. I have it as a separate program, but it's also available through Office 365. And what I like about it is that it allows us to share each other's screens. So if you and I want to have a meeting and we want to work on some material together, I can see your screen if you share it with me, and vice versa. The other thing that's great about Office 365 is that you can use, if I'm not mistaken, the entirety of the Office suite. So that would be like Word, Excel, and so forth. And that's just nice because otherwise you know pay for the program. And through Pierce, you have Cloud Space. The last thing I want to show you is our discussions um, button. So if you want to talk to me and your classmates about an exam or a homework exercise or something to do with the course that is not specific to homework or an exam, maybe it has to do with one of the programs that we're using, or some scheduling question, whatever, you've got a discussion forum for that, right? And then Grade Grinder is the program that will grade all of our homework, and I'll tell you more about that later. But suffice it to say that you will not submit your homework through Canvas, but you are going to submit some of your exams through Canvas. And more on that later. I don't want to overwhelm you right now. Suffice it to say that in the next little bit, including the last video that you'll see today, I'll walk you through the program suite we're going to be using. All right, so I hope that this is pretty straightforward, the layout of our Canvas course. You'll notice that there is a link for language proof and logic downloads. I'll actually get to that when I'm talking about the substance of the course in a bit. And then you'll also want to have access to lecture notes, rules and strategies sheets, practice exams and keys, and additional practice. So for example, if you click on the lecture note link, you'll see links to slides that are used in the video lectures that I post. And that way, if you want to have lecture notes kind of next to you while you're watching a video, there you go, they're right there for you. If we go to next, we'll see that these rules and strategy sheets will be useful to you as the semester goes on. Not really going to make much sense to you right now, but I want you to know they're there. And then practice exams and keys are available to you. You'll notice, by the way, speaking of practice exams and keys, if we go to, let's say, week 16, right? We know that we have a last exam to complete during the final exam week at Pierce. There is not only that page that I showed you just a moment ago where you can see all sorts of practice exams, but I also link them and the answer key within a given page for the relevant week. All right, so I hope that this I hope brief tour. I hope that this brief tour of how we're using Canvas is helpful to you. What you'll want to look at next is the video that focuses a bit more on what this course is about, and a bit more on the schedule in terms of how I typically go through a syllabus. And then the last video is going to focus on the programs that we're going to use, how we're going to use them, how you access them, and so forth. Please let me know if you have any questions about the course. If you are able to make it to campus, I hope that you will swing by and see me during office hours. But if you're either not near campus or your schedule doesn't permit you to come by office hours, I hope that you will connect with me either through Canvas's email program, or you will jump on a Skype call and we can chat. It should also be the case, and I should have mentioned this earlier, but I just forgot, that I will I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do this yet because I haven't done it before, but I'm probably going to record my face-to-face at one of my sections of a face-to-face logic, and then post those videos so that you have access to those. That sort of interactive environment may be helpful to you to observe. And but the way that I would do that, I think, would be I'll record them using I think it's Canvas's Connect Now tool. It's basically a video conference tool. So I will do that, but also if we wanted to get together with multiple class members and have sort of a group meeting, I think that Confer Now would be the best way to do that. So I don't use it that much, I confess. So I'm fine with Skype. I'm not as good with Confer Now. And if you haven't used it, then we learn together. But if you have, I'm always keen to know to learn about it. So share with me what you know. But again, any questions, problems, confusions you have, let me know. Come see me if you can. Shoot me an email, and we can always jump on a video call. All right, thanks so much. Get ready for our next video where we talk about the content of the course.